Hey, welcome back to another episode of FSIDFS Fantasy NASCAR Picks. I'm Roast Mike 31. We got the about 400 at Martinsville, which is kind of weird in April where I'm at. It's like maybe 40 degrees there, thinking about cookout, but hey, they named the race and that's what it's going to be. So, truck race, okay. Xfinity race, Brandon Jones missed a gear in the restart. A lot of cars according behind him, lost a lot of good drivers there. Ended up crashing, ironically, because Herbst, who was one of my prime plays, crashed. It was the lineup where I said in the video, go Klingerman, and if you need a little bit more salary. So ended up making a little bit of a profit there. So this one, this race has been interesting over the last couple of seasons where you've had like three or four dominators in the past couple of years. The first year with the new generation car, there was two to three, but last year there's like almost four in each race. So there's a lot of options for that. And the thing is, with the truck race and with the Xfinity race, they're night races, and it's a little bit cooler where they weren't laying as much rubber down on the track, but it did seem like they were during practice and qualifying for Cup. And it's a little bit different tire, and so it should be a little bit more fall off, so it should make this a little bit more exciting. It is tough to pass, and we have seen like a lot of the people who started up front do really well. But if you know what you're doing and you throw some pit strategies out there, like we've seen in multiple races here too, you are able to potentially get up there and with two tire stops or not, or staying out and just praying that your tires hold up for, and cautions do happen. So it's an opportunity to um, be able to hang on to the caution and pit there and not lose as much track position. So start at the top, Kyle Larson on the pole. Looks pretty dominant last week, and but just couldn't get it done. Got spun out, I believe. But anyways, he's back up there again, and he should go out there. He's gotten much better at this track, and I know it's a new package that they rolled out on short flats this year, and the Toyotas have been much better. But I think Larson showed last week that he can definitely be competitive here. I think he's definitely a dominator, and I think he'll definitely be able to finish in the top five. So even if he doesn't win the race, I think with the dominating points, everything, he should have a successful day. So I think it'll be very popular, and he's probably where I'm starting my lineup eliminator wise. Bubba Wallace. This is Bubba Wallace's favorite track. I think a lot of people forget that. I think people think he likes Talladega, and some of the super speedways and stuff like this. But if you watch interviews or Google Bubba Wallace's favorite track, Bob Hogresh did a interview with him last year. Uh, it's 8 races in the season where he's saying, like, is this like do or die? Are you in desperation mode yet? And Bubba said, well, I'm at my favorite track this weekend, which is Martinsville. And I definitely think that he can hang up there and potentially lead this race at some point. So he's got the purple dominator tag, and I will be definitely playing him in some lineups. Chase Elliott, I think he's an upside dom here. 100 cars have looked strong here, but again, in this new package this year, uh, Elliott's been okay. So I think that he definitely has some potential. I like that his price point has fallen down. He started second and finished fifth at Richmond. So, it definitely has top five potential here to remain up there. I don't know like how many laps he'll lead, but I think the potential's there. So you got to consider him as a GPP dominate. Truex had the second, probably maybe the most dominant car last week. And so I definitely like him again here. The Toyotas have been very good in this new package for short flats, and I expect nothing more than him to get out there and lead at some point and have a very good race. Um, you know, can you fit Larson and Truex in the same lineup? Um, Most likely, yes. So there's enough value to do that. Maybe even get three in there if you're doing a three kings build with some of the place differential people in the back that should be better than some of the other back. Well, I mean, it's not Xfinity and truck, so you can't really call them back markers in this new next gen car, but there are definitely some people that will be are better suited to succeed in the 5K range than others. So, and we'll get to that when we get down there. Chase Briscoe has been really good at this track. As I've always said, he's good at shorter tracks where you have to shift and things like that and make decisions. He showed it in his rookie year at the Clash, and ever since then, I have been playing him and having success on tracks like this. Stuart Haas overall has looked really good. If you just want to make a Stuart Haas for driver build and then fill in like DOMs or value plays within them, I think that's a nice balanced way to go, especially because you have some of them as potential dominators up here too, and some with some potential place differentials. So that might be an interesting GPP strategy for you. Logano, hot and cold season here. He's done well here in this package. Okay, not as great last week. He finished second, started 10th. So, last week was a little bit skewed because I think some of it was just like who got the tires at the right time last week. So, I mean, but I don't want to take that away from Logano. Like he put himself in the position to win. His, um, his crew chief definitely throws some strategies out there to help him succeed also. So to get track position when needed. So we'll see what happens there. And I think he's a great GPP play and be pretty highly helped. Josh Berry throughout the Xfinity, I talked about the Virginia Triple Crown where they race at different tracks, and Martinsville is one of them. Had success in that, so he's got a lot of experience in this track. Stuart Haas, again, I said, is very strong here. I think he definitely would. It surprise me if he goes out there and leads some laps and at all. Um, Last week, he finished 11th after starting 30th in this package at a short flat track. So I think he definitely is someone that could be a dark horse here to keep your eye on. Denny Hamlin won the race last week. It wasn't even optimal just because he made the tire call at the right time. Great job with his crew chief. So, and I don't know. I think he can definitely get up there and lead. You're going to have to fade Truex or Larson. I don't believe you can get all three in the same lineup and really like your build. I don't even know if it's financially possible to do that. I'm not going to even try it. If you can figure that out, if you want to, if you can make it happen and not have to play David Starr, then go for it. There's potential in that lineup, but I'm not saying it's a cash lineup, but you know, I think Hamlin definitely has to be considered in a GPP with or if you're building 20 maxes and mix in between Larson, Truex, and Hamlin, two of the three as your like studs up there. And that's with that. Blaney, maybe add him into the mix also because Blaney won here in the fall. He has always looked good at this track, so I'm giving him like the upside dom here, just because the Hendricks cars and Toyota cars look better than the Fords. But he's looked really good in practice, so I think that he's definitely one to consider also. So maybe it's a four-person rotation between like picking two of them as your DOMs and 20 maxes between Larson, Truex, Hamlin, and Blaney. Alex Bowman, I think you can play him in cash here just because I think he's got top 10. Again, like I said, the Hendricks cars have been strong here, and it's a good track for them. So I think he can stay in the top 10. I don't see him as a dominator per se, getting up there. It would surprise me if he stayed out or something and got some dominating points, but I don't think he's going to get enough to make it like worthwhile. Let's just say that. But at 79, love the price, and I think that he's has a solid floor here. Kyle Busch just struggled this year with speed and everything. DPP if you're feeling it, but I can't do it. Ross Chastain, other than the Hill Melon, where 2 years ago in the playoffs he rode the wall to that amazing fifth place finish, I believe it was. That really hasn't been great here either. Brad Keselowski, same thing. Has upside. Could he be an upside dominator? Potentially, but I just like so many other players much better. players and drivers much better here. GPP for me. And Austin Cindric, again, with the rest of the Penske team, should fit in really well. Love the price tag, but FanDuel, great play here, I believe. DK, I don't think there's enough floor to play in cash, so GPP probably pretty low owned. So, definitely someone, if it's hard to pass, if he can hold his own and stay in the top 15, even if he stays in the top 20, could be a great play. Um, I would surprise me if you end up in the optimal. No, because you're gonna need some plays in this like price range to make the top of it work if you nail that. So definitely keep him in consideration. Ty Gibbs, cash just for the place differential. He's been so solid, and the Toyota team has been solid, but I just haven't seen him like excel here to make me feel like he can get up there and be a dominator. But I think he does have some floor here for cash just based on how well he's driven recently. Last week he 16th, so it was a little bit disappointing. But yeah, I think he's been knocking on the door. This is not the week that I'm going to bet him to win. I'm just not feeling it here, but definitely having a solid second season. Gilliland, I don't really. I think it's the same thing as Cindric, but like a much lesser version. Like Gilliland has really been solid and just done his job, gone out there. And I say that about Alex Bowman. He's like a blue collar guy, grabs his lunchbox, kisses his wife, tells his kids have a good day at school, goes to work, does his job, gives it his all, and comes home at night. Not gonna plot world domination or anything like that, but it's just strong enough to be out there and have some floor. But I don't feel it's enough floor for cash, but I do feel it's good in GPP. Eric Jones, Legacy, just they've come a long way since they switched from Chevy to Toyota, but I just don't feel it here. I think Jones is in play. I can't put a cash on him. I like the savings on Gillian or Cindric much better, but I can't put a fade on him. I think he's in play if you land in that price point range and you already have like Cindric or Gillian in your lineup. Byron, I think he's gonna be highly owned here because people are looking at him as a place differential play, but and he was really good here in before the next gen car. Since the next gen car is pretty marginal, so I can't do it. I'm gonna throw him as GPP because again, the potential there. He's a good driver, good team, lots of potential upside, but no floor to play in cash. Reddick has struggled here. Also, has been a car that should finish around where he's starting, even though he's a Toyota and a decent driver. So a GPP for me also. Christopher Bell, I think is I wouldn't maybe put him in the rotational group or the other four I talked about. Maybe consider if you want to, but I look at him more as a place differential play that really needs to go up and lead some laps. And again, I said the same thing in the Xfinity series with the guys like Allgaier and Sammy Smith, who were starting in the back because they had to change brakes out in the junior motorsports teams. That if some of these guys that would normally be up front, like competing to be dominators, are not there because they're starting back in the field, um, because of different issues or whatever, not being able to pass. If you're not up there knocking on the door for stage points, there's no reason for you not to pit early before the stage ends, where everybody else is going to get the track position, because there's no benefit for you staying out. So go get the track position, and then it puts you in a much better position for stage two and potentially stage three. So I can see Christopher Bell doing that. He's been great on short flat tracks. He's in the same Gibbs cars that have been dominant here, and in this in the new Toyota bodies in this new package on short flat track. So I really like it for Christopher Bell here. So again, not prime play, but I can definitely see if you want to play him in cash over a Blaney, or as a substitute for if you could trying to get like the third one in. He's much cheaper than trying to do like Larson, Truex, and Hamlin. So that's what I got for that. Suarez, I think think he's a top 20 car, has some floor here. So I think he's got a little bit more place differential than the other 6K ones as Cinder, Gillian, and Jones. So I could play him cash. Pieces, and again, our Stewart Haas car have been very good at these at Martinsville short flat track. So and I think he'll be highly owned. 22nd. I think he could probably be a top 15 car. A Stenhouse feed. He just not that he's a bad driver, not that he's gonna spin out and wreck or anything like that. He's just become almost like I said with Gillian, becoming like a blue collar driver, but he just really hasn't excelled at this track. So, I see him finishing a Route 25 to 30. So I just don't see the upside there for him to be a GPP play, and I don't see the floor for cash. Zane Smith, I don't know. I was excited about Spire and him coming up when things started this year, but this team is just not underwhelmed me. It's like just like colleague this year. It's just not been, and I don't know if it's because they're spread out over too many series trying to, make it work or trying to have three teams up here. But definitely not doesn't seem like the priority team here. He's a good driver, he's great here in truck series, but this is not the truck series. It's a completely different level of talent. So he's going to be a fade for me here. Like, there's a lot of weeks where I consider him like a GPP play, like somebody that's least serviceable, but I just don't see it here. Kosovar, I feel a little bit better about this team Inspire, but still not really enthused. I mean, I'd rather take Gilliland, and if he can hold his position, I know there's more place differential safety here with Kosovar, but I don't know. Um, he's aggressive though too, which could be like a good thing or a bad thing. But Gregson, another Stuart Haas car. I love this 7,100. Um, if you can get into the 7K range, if you didn't make your dominator group trying to get three into prohibitive to land in this 7K group, like Reeds and Gregson are great, solid plays at Martinsville that should have some place differential and should have some solid finishes and good days. Justin Haley usually seems to be pretty popular. Maybe I should make this like a medium here because, but and I think he's just been a really good driver when he was with a colleague. He got out of there. Um, it, Rick Ware has been better. Um, I thought it'd be a downgrade, but it almost seems to be like an evening exchange. But in this track, and it just was slow in practice, and I just don't see it happening here. I think he started too far forward, so it's gonna be a fade for me. Austin Dillon, the RCR cars just have not been great. GPP, again, I'd probably rather play Suarez for $100 more if I or definitely try to find the $300 for Priest or Gregson, or just drop $300 right below him, John Hunter Nemechek in a Toyota. Even the legacy hasn't been great. I think there's a little bit more upside there for like speed and stuff. So, um, John Hunter Nemechek again. I I think he's maybe like with the place differential, maybe a little bit better, but still, if I can't get up to those ones, he might be priced in no man's land because I don't know if you'd end it in this area. And again, if maybe a better play than like Cindric and Gilliland and Eric Jones, just because there's like so much more safety net there with place differential. But I'm just not like enthused about it. It's like a play that I'd have to take. But I could drop like $200 more off this play and play Michael McDowell, who's going to be a prime play. I'll get to in a second. So just put it in context. Busher, prime play, it's just very strong here uh, at these tracks. Just didn't have a great qualifying lap. This is not a 30th place car. Definitely should be in the top 20, if not the top 15, if not even potentially higher. So definitely a prime play. Love this play here. Cascarella, no thank you. Just too slow. Corey LaJoy, I think there's upside here also. 5,800, you might end up in this range. Probably my favorite play in the 5Ks. Um, this is one Spire team that has been good. It's like almost the OG Spire team. It's like what like LaJoy has had success. I like short flats aren't his necessarily his best, but I think there's like enough upside here to be a cash play. Josh Williams, I think a lot of people fade him just because, you know, but he was top 10 here in the Xfinity series. Like it is a colleague car. It's not a Rick Ware car or like with MBM atrocious that we're gonna have at the back of the field. I think there is some upside, and Josh Williams, he's really good on the short flat tracks, and I think that there's some potential here, and I'll definitely be playing him in some GPPs to open up some salary for me. Harrison Burton, before you um, pass out, he is a cash play here. This is the Wood Brothers home track. Uh, there's a lot. He has been good on short flats. I'm not saying that he's a prime play or a smash play here, but out of the 5K guys, I probably would prefer LaJoy, but if you need $400 more salary, which could go a long way for you, Harrison Burton is the cash play is going to be very, very popular here as a punt. And just for perspective, in one of the recent races, Cody Ware was in the optimal lineup starting 36. So why can't Harrison Burton be a smash? And last week, there was a punt play, Ty Dillon. He just got 18 points and he was in the optimal lineup. So I think Harrison Burton can do that at 5,400 and potentially end up in the optimal lineup. So you have to consider him in cash here. You don't have to play him. I said consider. So there we go. Um, Probably next week he'll be back in with Joe Graff Jr. and Drew Dollar. But we have a new person sitting at that table this week, and we'll get there in a second. Michael McDowell, smash play down here. A good road course driver, which sometimes definitely works out at these short flat tracks and should definitely be very popular down here and be able to get to 25 and higher. Should smash his price tag at 6,300. So the only thing that you kind of worry about, like maybe McDowell and Burton, is if they get trapped like a lap down, if they can't get by some of these other drivers. But I think that they have enough talent to be able to get up there, get into the safety zone pretty safely. Daniel Hemrick, GPP here again. Like you might need a punt down here. I'd rather play Williams. Um, but Hemrick did have some success in Xfinity on these tracks. So, again, it's whatever you feel comfortable with. Burton, I take like the hometown team over these colleague cars, which have really just struggle. It looks like they're trying to win road courses this year and just really haven't been competitive. Maybe they're spread too thin, like Spire. It happens. Um, so like maybe you might see him come back and be like a one car team next year or something like that. But just not where they need to be, and just definitely don't look super good here, which is sad. I really wish that they would be stronger, but who knows? Maybe it's just early in the season. Maybe they're just struggling in this package. Maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe this will be the race. Then both of them end up in the opposite lineup with Williams and Hemrick. So who knows? That's why the race. David Starr, do not play, do not play, do not play. There's usually no start in Parks and Cup, but this is the closest thing possible. This car was slower than molasses. If it was going any slower, it'd be going in reverse. It is going to be a road hazard out there. Um, it's going to clog up the back of the field. It's going to be multiple laps down. It's I would have a heart attack probably if it makes it every single lap of the race and ends up on the lead lap. David Starr is not like an abysmal driver, but the car he's in is just substandard. So, um, yeah, just do not play it. So, like I said, and I'll do this. I did this also in the Xfinity series video, sorted by salary. You want to get your dominators up here, but there's another like really nice if range right here between Bowman where you have some dominators, you have some plays differential, safe cash plays. If you want to use this as kind of like a core balance, and then maybe throw in like McDowell down here, and then rotate your dominators. This is a great way to do a 20 max. It's just use these drivers, throw in McDowell there. I mean, if you need to drop down to these two guys and include them in like maybe 25%, I'm okay with that. McDowell like 50, 75% there. And then throw these ones in as options and then see what it spits out with like these dominators up here. I mean, that could make some really solid 20 max lineups for you. And if they wasn't that accordion crash in Xfinity, I think it would have worked pretty well with like the ones that I did in that 20 max were good, minus the one or two drivers that I lost in each lineup because of that crash. I think it probably would have worked out. So I got for you. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat below. Hit me up at Megaro31 on Twitter/X. If you want more information on FSIDFS, you can go into the description of the video and get into the pricing page. Got all kinds of things going on. Major League Baseball's in full swing, no pun intended. Maybe. Basketball's still going on. Again, the end of season playoffs are going to be coming up soon, and the NBA just kind of reinvigorates itself then. Hockey, same thing. Golf has been going good. We got the Masters this week, and John and Cool will have probably a video for that. So check out the channel for that and watch it. And got some really good coverage on that. And Charlie's just been annihilating soccer. So if you want to learn DFS soccer, this is the place to be. So very reasonable packages. You can get in today for everything for $6. That's our VIP package, gives you all sports, very affordable. So thanks for watching. If these videos help, as always, help us back. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We're getting creeping so close to 5,000. We're at 4.8 and change. So continue to subscribe if you haven't already. A lot of these people that see the analytics that you watch it and don't subscribe. It really helps. Like as soon as we get to 5,000, I'll stop unless we like somehow shoot up to like 10,000. But just 5,000 is just like a nice plateau to try to reach. So if you can help us get there, if you haven't already, then appreciate it. Then share these videos with your friends if they want to learn too. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you next week for Texas. And if you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. So good luck in your contest. I'll see you next.